Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I have another layout using the Studio Calico Double Scoop September kit. And this is the 14th layout using this kit and it took me 58 minutes to complete. And I'm showing you some of the stuff that I might be using on this page. A lot of it is from the kit, and I also still have those 4x6 cards that we exchanged in a recent Project Life exchange that we did. And then I have a bunch of stuff that was from this kit and also from previous kit. And these thickers right there were from this kit. And then there was this acetate that came in this kit with clouds and the cloud paper, and then this wood grain paper that I already used as a background, but I just could not bring myself up to cutting it up. I just couldn't do it. And then the other side was full of frames and I just could not, like I said, just couldn't bring myself to cut it up. I just needed to use it again as a background. So there was a little wheel that came in this month's kit and it has little triangles all over it. So I'm just taking the Butter Bar Hero Arts ink and I'm just going to ink up the wheel, and I'm just going to add extra, I guess, texture to the page. I'm just gonna add it in 3 or 4 different places, just no rhyme or reason, just kind of all over the place, just to kind of add more texture to the background. And at this point I don't even know where the pictures are going to go, so I'm just kind of putting it a little bit here and there with the hopes that some of it will stick out from underneath the photos and it's going to give it some texture. So then I just took out a baby wipe, and that's all I used to clean my stamps. I used to have these scrubs and sprays, and I found that it was just too much work, and if it's too much work, then I don't do it. But if I keep a thing of wipes underneath my desk, then I know that I'm going to use it. So this is a picture of my room after I completed 8 layouts in one weekend. And I usually try to clean up in between all the layouts, but this weekend there I just wanted to get as many layouts as I could without, almost no cleanup. By the end of it, it was a complete disaster, and it took me like 3 days to clean it up after. So I'd much rather doing a quick little cleanup in between each layout. But I did get quite a bit of layouts done that weekend, so I was happy with that. So I went through my stuff and tried to get as many scraps as I could and just use them in the size that it was. But I end up that floral background. I hadn't used it yet, so I want to use it on layout, so I thought it would be nice on this page. So basically I cut a strip out about 4 inches, cut it down about 3 or 4 inches, and then I took what was left over and put it in behind the photo. So I kind of used both pieces on this layout. Now once I get the layers down, then I know that at this point I'm going to start looking for different embellishments. Excuse me. And again, going through those Project Life cards, trying to see which one I'm going to use. And I'm going to use this last one here. And it kind of had a fold in the pattern, so I just cut it down so that I didn't waste the other side. And what I liked was it was gray with a yellow little line and then a little flower that was gray. So it worked. It coordinated with this page really well. And then I just took another 4x6 card, and it was yellow with little patterns on it, and I just took a circle and cut out some half circles, and I'm going to use that as the base for my embellishments. And I'm going to keep looking through my stuff and the kit to try to find more stuff. And I found some washi tape that came in a freckled font. Okay, so for the second time the recorder stopped after 20 seconds this time. So what I was saying was I pulled out a whole bunch of freckled fawn embellishments, the yellow washi tape, the yellow bling hearts, the yellow flower, a yellow brad that says yeah, and then a little fox, and more or less just because I wanted to use it. And then a flare that says, has a little crown, so it says she. And then it says, so basically my title is Queen of Mess. So that's what the title is going to be. And again, I don't know if I said this before, the number 8 for the page. And this whole weekend, all I did all weekend was scrap all weekend. I didn't clean and in between the pages at all. I just kept, cleaning off enough space so that I could get the next page going, and then just kept going and going and going. And I got 8 pages done in a weekend. I was trying to get, ahead on this kit. And at the end of the weekend, I took a picture of my room, and it was a complete disaster. And then I was off. My next rotation that I was off, it took me like almost my entire 5 days off to, not all day, but I would put about half an hour a day. I would put the timer on and just kind of clean up, because it got to the point that was a little overwhelming. There was quite a bit of stuff, and I didn't want to stop scrapbooking, because cleaning up and organizing is not as much fun as scrapbooking. So I still wanted to make time to scrapbook, but I also wanted to get my room organized. So it took me a few days, and I got it done. And I don't know if I'll do that again. I mean, it was fun in the time, but after the fact, it's not so fun to clean up when it gets that out of control. So I have those Tim Holtz distress markers, and I'm going to use them on this layout, and I'm going to outline every piece of pattern paper. And the main colors of this layout is gray and yellow with just a little shot of blue. So now I'm ready to glue down my layers. And then once that's done, then I'm going to take my Tim Holtz distress marker and outline everything. So once, like I said, everything is glued down, I just stopped the recording to make sure that it was stapling, because this was like the 3rd or 4th time, and I didn't feel like saying the same thing over and over again, because I keep forgetting what I've already said, and did I say this, and so I just wanted to make sure that it was recording. It's going to take me a few seconds to line it all up, and then I'm going to realize, I'm going to have to remove that journaling card again so that I can outline the pattern paper. So I'm just going to take it off, and then I'll just put it back on once everything is outlined. And I really like using the gray marker instead of, a black, because where there was only 2 main colors, I didn't want to add a 3rd bold color. I just have my gray and my yellow, and then that little shot of blue that's in the flowers. So I didn't really want to add any more colors. So that gray is subtle enough that it's not, boom in your face, but it adds enough texture so that you can see it. So I really like that. And now that everything is down, then I'm going to start working on my layering. I'm going to take the stickers and everything that I had kind of taken and thrown in the middle of the page. Now I'm going to start taking piece by piece and figuring out where exactly it's going to fit on the layout. And I had also pulled a paper clip from one of the Freckled Fawns kit that said love, and one of the stickers from Freckled Fawn said fantastic day. I wish it said fantastic weekend, but fantastic day was close enough. I'm also going to use my EK6S powder tool, and I'm going to take the stickiness away from all the stickers so that I can move them around on the page. I'm also going to use one of those little happy face. And usually I put, 3 embellishments of the same, but there's going to be 1 embellishment in each cluster that's just going to be the one thing. So there's going to be, there more than one thing, I guess. There's only 1 flower, 1 fox, 1 brad that says yay, 1 flare that says she, 1 happy face, and what else? And 1 number 8. So I was just, I guess there's 2 wood veneers. And I just didn't have any other wood veneers that I really wanted to put on the layout, so I was fine with that. And again, the number 8 wood veneer is for the number of pages that I got done this weekend. Now I'm going to work on the title, and I'm going to use these Amy Tangerine letters, and I kind of run out of some of the letters, so I had to go get my second pack and kind of finish my title, and then I'm going to put ... So the title is the flare. So there's a little crown, so she, queen of mess, because I can sure make a mess when I decide that I'm just going to do a whole bunch of layouts and not clean in between. Now, usually a couple of times a year, I get to go to a crop, and for the last, this will be the third crop in a row, I'm not able to go, and it's driving me crazy. Like, I really want to go, but it's just not in the plans, not in the stars, I guess, for me to go. Every time it's a weekend that it's planned, I either working all weekend, or this time around my son has a hockey tournament all weekend, and it's his last tournament. Not that I would miss a tournament anyway, but on top of everything, it's his last tournament, so there's no way that I'm going to miss that. So I'm just going to have to wait. Hopefully I get to go in the fall, but I mean, it's not as if I know a lot of people, not a lot of people, some people, the only time they scrap is when they go to, a couple of people that went to the crop, they said that the only time they scrapbook is when they go to a crop. So, I mean, I scrapbook almost every day. There's hardly any days that I don't scrapbook. And like this week, we're Wednesday today, and I haven't scrapbooked yet this week, but I've been in my room and, I've been doing voiceovers and that kind of stuff. I just haven't scrapbooked because after a day shift, I just wasn't able to this week. I just wanted to keep going with the voiceovers, and that's why I put the kind of scrap on when I'm off, so that I have pages when I work, and then I can just keep uploading and not worry about having to get pages complete. So at this point, again, I usually, when I pick the embellishments, I throw them in the middle of the page, but once I start dividing into piles, I just grab and glue. As soon as I say, yep, this is where it's going to go, I just glue it down and just move on. And I used to spend so much time moving stuff around and moving stuff around. Now I just, it looks good there, and I just go with it. Because otherwise, those moments of trying to figure out what happens, what you're going to do next, just takes too long. And I find as long as you have a base for your embellishments, and then as you're adding more elements, just keep adding elements so that they're touching each other, so that they don't look like they're floaty. And, it should be all good to go. So now I'm just looking to see if there's any words from the My Mind's Eye tiny stickers that I can stick in there, but there's none that kind of went with the page. And then I thought, well, I have those epoxy stickers anyway that I can use, that I'm going to use on this layout. I used a Copic marker and I just flipped the feathers over and colored the leaves the color, the color that I needed the feathers to be for this layout. And now I'm going to add an arrow that I got from Freckled Fawn. I'm just going to put it at the bottom of that cluster. And I really like that washi tape, but it's really wide. So I'm going to rip it in half, and then I'm going to put it in the 3 spots of the embellishments. And once those stickers are down, or not the stickers, but the washi, then I believe all I have left are those, that one brad that I'm going to put right there at the bottom of the layout. And then I think my battery died, so basically all I did was added those gem hearts and some twine that I balled up, and then I inked it with some gray and yellow Mr. Huey, just putting drops on the layout, and that was it. The page is done, so thanks for watching. Bye.